everyone. Just wanted to pop on here, and as you can tell from my title, I just want to talk about why I made the decision to switch from a beanbag, which is what's behind me, to a tabletop, which is what you see here. I love the tabletop, and I wish I would have done it sooner, but I worked really hard to make that beanbag back there that I use for photography since about 2015, and I love it a lot. But the more clients I got and the more sessions I started to book, the more my back started giving me issues as far as leaning over the beanbag to get shots and things like that. I had a car accident back in 2001 that left me with some injuries to my back and my spine, so it is hard to lean over a beanbag for long periods of time, being that newborn sessions can take hours, and when you have multiple ones in a day, that's a lot, even though I don't book no more than two. But yes, this is my tabletop. I purchased this table from Uline, and it's just kind of like show you what it looks like underneath. Sorry, let's move Lucille out of the way. We were working on some lighting, but this is my tabletop. And so when I prep it, this is what it looks like. And then the first thing I put on is it's actually a beanbag cover that I got from Anna Brandt. And I'm not really sure, I think you can still find these at her store at bellababywear.com, but it is amazing. And the purpose for this is it fits on this tabletop greatly, but it keeps my beans from moving. It keeps them in place once I put them down under the baby, just so they don't slide on that smooth table. And then I normally put a couple blankets on there just to kind of have the impression of the beans. This is it's actually pretty thick, that I picked up from Home Goods. I use this during every session, really, just because of the thickness of it, and I really like it, and it's soft and warm. So I normally put this on. It does not have a stretch per se. It doesn't stretch very much either way, but it's large enough to fit my entire table for the most part. Then I do a second layer, and this layer is actually some stretch fabric. It's actually a 4-way stretch that I got from Joann's, and it's actually doubled, that I fold in half because it's really long. It's like 2 yards of fabric. So I put that on there, and then I normally just put my top layer, which is just a beanbag posing fabric that I have. And then I usually just clamp it down with these clamps. I purchased these from Home Depot, and I like these so much better than the metal ones with the orange tips, because they were giving me such a hard time as far as opening them and closing them, and trying to do it one-handed. It was impossible for me. Like, I literally had to have 2 hands to open it. But I like these because they're easier, and I can stretch my fabric down, and then put my clamp on to hold my fabric tight. And then, so even with the beans in place, this is what the backdrop looks like. So you can't really tell that there's a bean here, and then there's a bean here. In these two places, there's a large bean that goes here, and then there's a small bean that goes here. And then normally, baby is close enough to me, because I usually pose them closer to me, because it keeps me from doing post edit of the backdrop. So I would pose baby here. There you go. Next back. Alright, so I would pose baby here, and then photograph baby. My baby is sitting here, but I'm still close enough for baby. Usually there is an assistant or mom close by as well. But yeah, it makes it a lot easier. And while I'm photographing, I sit on my yoga ball, which I love so much. Show it to you. So this is my yoga ball. It's 60 65-inch yoga ball that I sit. It serves as two purposes. Obviously, it's my chair. It also helps me soothe baby because if baby is not settling or just otherwise cranky, I can reach baby and pick them up, and we just kind of rock. By the way, my baby's name is Lucille, only because I was a Walking Dead fan, where I am a Walking Dead fan, and Lucille just fits. So yes, this is baby Lucille, and she is always in the studio with me to kind of help me out with different outfits and poses and things like that, because even though I have been doing photography now since about 2014, I'm still learning, like we all. I'm always trying to better myself or better a technique and things like that, and so Lucille is here to help me do that. But yes, just being able to bounce a baby on the beanbag works. I'm sorry, not on the beanbag, on the yoga ball works, and it just makes it a lot more comfortable, not only for me, and I'm sure it would make it comfortable for the baby as well. And then next to me, I normally just keep my rolly cart that houses my camera. It also houses all of my shapeshifters from Hello Props, I think it is. Yeah, Hello Little Props. Love my shapeshifters, and this hides it very well too, as far as that. So yeah, that's the reasoning why I decided to go and ditch my beanbag and move to a table of some sort. I mean, I am keeping my beanbag just because, you know, who knows? And not to mention, it took me a long time to make that and feel it. So it's still in really good condition. I'm just kind of hanging on to it, but I'm going to put it in the storage because it takes up a lot of space in my studio. My studio is not that big, so it's not easy to store. But anyway, I would like for you guys to subscribe to my channel, like and subscribe, and then I'm going to be making more videos. I'm sure they'll get better as I get comfortable. This is not necessarily my first video, but it's not very many. It's far in between, and I hate being in front of the camera. So just please excuse me, and I know that things will get better, and so I will see you guys next week. But if you have any questions before then, just drop them in the comment box below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. All right, bye.